Hi everyone, and thanks for joining. Today I'm going to walk you through this appointment, very easy Linux box available on HTB platform. This is the first box from so-called tier 1 you need to walk before you can run from the starting point series of machines. So as this is the first box, I'll read through learning outcomes, then proceed to connect to HTB network and spawn the target instance. So if you're not familiar with starting point concept or how to connect to HTB starting point network, please check out one of my previous videos from tier 0, Meow, that goes over that in a bit more detail. In my walkthroughs, I'll focus on going through hands-on part of the provided official walkthroughs and answer questions from these tasks towards the end of the video. In this second tier, you'll delve deeper into the world of cybersecurity pen testing, focusing on web exploitation techniques suitable for beginners. You'll discover the basics of SQL injection, server-side template injection, SSTI, remote file inclusion, RFI, and gain a grasp of how to use web reverse shells effectively. Building on the knowledge from the first tier, so-called tier 0, you'll apply these techniques to exploit various services showcased earlier, ensuring a hands-on understanding of their vulnerabilities. Additionally, you'll learn how to navigate Jenkins, a popular automation server, to log in and upload a groovy shell script, a valuable skill for penetration testing. Finally, you'll round out your expertise by understanding how to upload files to an S3 bucket, providing you with a comprehensive range of skills to excel in the cybersecurity field. This tier takes you one step further in your pen testing journey. In summary, by going through this tier, you'll learn basic web exploitation techniques such as SQL injection, server-side template injection, remote file inclusion, and how to use web reverse shells. Then use the services showcased in the previous tier for exploitation. Then learn how to log into Jenkins and upload a groovy shell script. And lastly, learn how to upload files to an S3 bucket. So I'll proceed now to connect to HTB starting point network. I'm now connected to the HTB starting point network. Here are details of my current VPN configuration. And now I'll proceed to spawn the target disappointment machine, and I already downloaded official write-up. I'll answer these questions toward the end of the video. So while we are waiting for the IP address of this target machine to become visible, let's skim through this write-up. So the write-up immediately starts with hinting on SQL, SQL injection, SQL databases, and let's add the tags for this box are databases, Apache, MariaDB, PHP, SQL, reconnaissance, and SQL injection. Okay, we have target IP address available. Let's scroll through a couple of pages. So the theme is SQL, SQL databases. And please go through these walkthroughs at your own convenience. I'll just skim through the instruction for the sake of time right now. And check out these links for PII, personally identifiable information, OWASP top 10. And I'll continue from here. First, I'll ping the instance to see if it responds to ICMP, and then proceed with Nmap. It's responsive, great. Connectivity is established as expected. Let's proceed to scan the instance with sudo nmap and switches sc, sv, then target IP. So let's read this part. For switches, -sc performs a script scan using the default set of scripts. It is equivalent to --script equals default. Some of the scripts in this category are considered intrusive and should not be ran against a target network without permission. And -sv, keep in mind these switches are case sensitive, so small s and large C or V. And switch -sv enables version detection, which will detect what versions are running on what port. Also, as a quick reminder of nmap switches, you can refer to this Hack the Box cheat sheet. Great, as seen in the screenshot, we have one open port, 80, shows version Apache HTTPD 2438 Debian. Let's proceed to navigate to the web page. Then the walkthrough goes over HTTP status code, and you can learn more how web requests work in Hack the Box Academy module called Web Request. The walkthrough now goes over one potential rabbit hole when dealing with such login pages. So potentially when dealing with web servers, aside from this login page, we could find additional subdirectories and sensitive pages potentially served publicly. And one of the ways to find those, aside from manually guessing, is by using tools such as GoBuster. And the walkthrough proceeds to explain the installation process. So I already went through the installation in one of my previous videos from Tier 0, and there was an example, simple usage of GoBuster tool to find web pages. And for the sake of time, the walkthrough mentions, after checking out the web directories, we have found no helpful information. The results present in our output represents default directories for most websites, and most of the time they do not contain files that could be exploitable or useful for an attacker in any way. However, it is still worth checking them, because sometimes they could contain non-standard files placed there by mistake. So let's check this out quickly, though it's a rabbit hole. So you will first verify if you have Go installed on your machine and GoBuster. If not, then proceed according to these commands. And this should be the first command I'll need. Let's verify. Okay, I already have Go installed, and let's try to complete it. Yeah, it's there. --GoBuster help. Also, the walkthrough goes over the fact that in the real-world scenario, we should check whether there are exploits available for this Apache version. But for the sake of time, we'll follow along with author's intended way of approaching this box. So we'll use GoBuster for directory busting, and the flags we'll be using with this command are as follows: dir switch to specify that we wish to do web directory enumeration, then --url specify the web address of the target machine that runs the HTTP server, and --word list specify the word list that we want to use. So in this case, we will use the word list as seen in the walkthrough from Daniel Miesler, seclists, and one of the word lists from that repository, seclists, and the word list we'll be using is this one, directory list 23small.txt. So let's check that out immediately in GitHub. So this one, directory list 23small. From my previous experience, I know that that one can be located in discovery, web content, and directory list, there it is, 23 small. So we will download the whole repository. While that's downloading, I'll open up a new terminal tab and check if I already have this specific directory list 23 small word list already available on my machine. I already have it available, so I'll try to use this one and compare my results with the walkthrough screenshot. Then let's proceed to copy, paste and adjust this command from the walkthrough screenshot. Go bastard deer. The screenshot shows 5 directories. Now we found also 5 directories as seen on the screenshot, though our GoBuster there is still running, so we'll leave it running and proceed from the new terminal tab. So the walkthrough mentions another approach we would try in real life, as seen in the previous videos from tier 0, where the focus was on default credentials. So we would try set of default credentials manually, or of course there are tools used to brute force login pages. Though in this case we would soon see that it's not the approach to go, and that's another rabbit hole. So next approach would be to try with SQL injection vulnerability in case user's input is not properly sanitized. Then we have an example of how authentication works using PHP and SQL shown. So this is the case of our box. And then suggests us to try with username admin #sharp, because the authentication code is vulnerable to SQL injection attacks, and we'll do just that. Then password will not matter, and to try with any password, meaning with that from the code above, only username admin would be pulled from the database with any password. So relying on the fact there should be an admin user that could be pulled from the database. And then the password section is not checked at all because it's commented out. And I'll proceed with this manual approach by manually trying out admin #sharp and any password. And aside from this, there are automated ways to test for SQL injection. For example, you can check out on this Portswigger page ways to detect SQL injection vulnerabilities. So for example, one of the tools that automate the process of detecting and exploiting SQL injection flaws is SQLmap. Also, you can check out modules on Hack the Box Academy, for example this one, SQL Injection Fundamentals, and Advanced SQL Injections. Also, real-world scenario, we should check out technologies used to build this web page with Webalizer or HTTPX or otherwise. And we're in, we got our flag. So that's one of the questions, and we'll enter these characters to answer the question. So let's now go back to the Hack the Box UI and answer questions. First task, what does the acronym SQL stand for? Task number 2 question, what is one of the most common type of SQL vulnerabilities? So that was the theme of this box. Going through our top 10 page linked in the walkthrough. Task 3, what is the 2021 OWASP top 10 classification for this vulnerability? So for SQL injection, the OWASP top 10 classification, this is the page linked in the walkthrough, would be this one. Task 4, what does Nmap report as the service and version that are running on port 80 of the target? Let's check out our notes. So that's this. What is the standard port used for the HTTPS protocol? So we are pulling this from our previous knowledge. That's 443, though we can verify with our port cheat sheet when searching for HTTPS. Task 6, what is a folder called in web application terminology? And the walkthrough goes in detail of web directories as web folders. Task 7, what is the HTTP response code given for not found errors? That also could be found in walkthrough. GoBuster is one tool used to brute force directories on a web server. What switch do we use with GoBuster to specify we are looking to discover directories and not subdomains? So that's the switch we used. Task 9, what single character can be used to comment out the rest of a line in MySQL? So that's the character we used and as seen in the walkthrough. Task 10, if user input is not handled carefully, it could be interpreted as a comment. Use a comment to log in as admin without knowing the password. What is the first word on the web page returned? So that would be this one without the exclamation mark. And after submitting root flag from the web page, we can say we completed the box and we can terminate the target instance. So that would be all for this video. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this one. Until next video. Bye for now.